Hello and welcome to the class. So in this class we are going to discuss about the Mason's gain formula. This is just the proceeding of the last lecture which we have discussed earlier about the signal flow graphs. In that we are all going to determine the overall transmittance, which can be determined using the Mason's gain formula. Okay, what is Mason's gain formula? T, that is the total transmittance. This is equals to summation k is equals to 1 to k. Okay, p suffix k determinant suffix k divided by determinant. Okay, so this formula gives us the overall transmittance. Okay, the term in the Mason's gain formula can be explained as you can see that what is pk, if you want to know. This is the forward path transmittance, forward path transmittance of kth path from a specified input node to an output node. Okay, so pk is simply the forward path transmittance of kth path from a specified input node to an output node. And determinant, this is delta, is simply what? This is simply the graph determinant which involves closed loop transmittance. Okay, whatever the closed loops are there in that particular signal flow graph. So the graph determinant which involves closed loop transmittance and mutual intersections between non-touching loop. Whatever the mutual intersections between two non-touching loops. Okay, non-touching loops. All these things will be clear when we are going to solve one of the examples. So it will be clear to you. Okay, so delta is given by simply delta is given by 1 minus sum of all individual loop transmittance, sum of all individual loop transmittances. Okay, this one, then plus sum of loop transmittances, products of all possible pairs of non-touching loops. Remember this, non-touching loops. Okay, then minus sum of loop transmittances, products of all possible triplets non-touching loops. Okay, then further it should be like this, triplets and 4 and 5 like this. Okay, minus here delta k is simply the path factor associated with the concerned path. Whatever the path you are following, it is concerned with that. And how is it concerned with that? The path factor delta k for the kth path, okay, is equal to the value of the graph determinant of the signal flow graph which exists after erasing the kth path from the graph. Okay, so you will understand this better well after as we considered some example for that. Okay, so let us consider one example. So we have considered this block diagram and we need to determine the transmittance of this block diagram. First of all, let's convert this block diagram into the signal flow graph, signal flow representation of this. So let's draw it. This is the input coming over here, which was drawn by R, and no transmittance is given over here. Okay, so this is the node. We have considered the summing point as a node over here, another summing point we have considered as a node over here, and this must be the output. Okay, C is given over there. All right, so let's see that this is there are two forward paths, as you can see over here. One is this one and another this one. G1 and G2 are the forward paths. So first forward path we have considered it like this. Okay, and its transmittance is given as G1. Another forward path is coming like this. Okay, we have just connected this. It is done by G2. Simple. We have these are the two nodes 1 and 2. Okay, one more feedback path is there. So let's draw it like this. Okay, minus of H1. The transmittance of this is given by minus of H1. Okay, so this is a simple our signal flow representation. Okay, we have represent adjacent summing points, takeoff point, before and after the block G1 by as node 1 and node 2. Okay, now join nodes 1 and 2 by lining. Okay, we have joined nodes 1 and 2 by lining, indicating respective transmittances. Okay, as been given in the block diagram, and the resulting signal flow graph is here on the screen. Okay, so now let's move forward. So the two forward paths are which one? First one is P1. P1 is simply done by G1. Okay, you can see over here G1. Okay, second one is P2, represented by G2. All right, so next come to the closed loop paths. So the two closed loops are, first one is L1. L1 is simply if you consider G1 in this, the forward path G1 is considered with this closed loop, then it will become minus G1 H1. Okay, second, if you consider this L2 is equals to minus G2 H1. Okay, okay, let's move forward. As both the loops, you can see that there are two loops L1 and L2. Both the loops are touching both forward paths. You can see both the loops are touching both forward paths. So the two path factors are simply delta 1, this will be equals to 1, and delta 2, this will also equals to 1. Okay, so the graph determinant is given by the graph determinant is delta is simply equals to 1 minus we have already said sum of all individual loop transmittances. So sum of all individual loop transmittances given by L1 and L2. Okay, we can put the value of L1 and L2 in this. L1 is simply what? Minus G1 H1 minus of G2 H1. Okay, this will give us, if you are going to open the bracket, 1 plus G1 H1 plus G2 H1. All right, so we are applying the Mason's gain formula. Apply Mason's gain formula. Okay, what we will get? C upon R, that is the output upon input. This will be equals to, we have studied the formula for that, which was summation of Pk delta K upon delta. So P1 delta 1 plus P2 delta 2. Okay, upon delta. This is, so P1 is what? The forward path is G1. Delta 1 is what? 1 plus P2 is what? G2. Okay, and delta 2 is what? 1. This is divided by the determinant. Determinant we have got 1 plus G1 H1 plus G2 H1. Okay, so overall the result is simply G1 plus G2 divided by 1 plus G1 H1 plus of G2 H1. Okay, this is one of the example. Now let's consider one more example to make it clear some more points. Okay, So the second example which we are going to consider now is simply, you can see that we have got these equations. So we what's a simple example, the example is we have to represent the following set of equations, the 4 equations given over here, by a signal flow graph. Okay, and we have to determine the overall gain relating x5 and x1. Okay, so this is the example we are considering. Now first of all, let's represent these equations. Okay, the equations giving over here on a signal flow graph. How we can determine this? We have earlier we have determined the equations by using a signal flow graph. Now we are just drawing the signal flow graph using the equations, just a vice versa of this. So one by one we are taking the first equation first of all. So x2 is equals to ax1 plus f of x2. Okay, ax1, so we have considered first node as x1. Okay, ax1 means there must be the transmittance of a, we have drawn this. Okay, so x2 is equals to ax1 plus fx2. Fx2 means there must be the closed loop over here. Okay, fx2, the transmittance of this will be f. Okay, now let's move further. x3 is equals to bx2 plus ex4, bx2 plus ex4. So first of all, let's this must be node x3. Okay, so x3 is equals to bx2, x2 is coming from here, b must be the gain over here. Okay, and ex4 is there, so there must be the feedback loop from x4. Okay, so if we consider the node x4 over here, then there must be the closed loop coming over here whose transmittance must be E. So this must be your node x4. Okay, then let's consider x4. x4 is given as cx3. So the transmittance from x3 to x4 will be C. Okay, plus hx5. So hx5, so there must be the node x5 from where there must be the closed loop coming over here whose transmittance should be h. Okay, hx5, this must be there. Then consider x5 is equal to dx4. So from x4 to x5 the transmittance is simply d, so dx4 plus gx2, so g, the transmittance is coming from x2, gx2, you can see that like this. Okay, the transmittance of this will be g from x2. All right, so this is the signal flow graph of the equations given above. All right, so let's calculate the overall transmittance by using the Mason's gain formula. So step by step we are going to solve this. So let's consider first the forward paths. So the 2 forward paths are there. 2 forward paths are there, which are, first one is P1. P1 is a straight path. You can see that we are moving in a straight line over here, whose transmittances are A, B, and this transmittance is C and D. Okay, so this will be equals to A, B, C and D. So easy. Second forward path, you can see that we are coming from A to x5, considering this A and G. So second forward path should be A, G. All right, so the individual loops, then the individual loops are L1. L1 is simply what? F. This is the first individual loop in itself, F, starting from x2 and ending to x2. Second is L2. L2, if you consider, then we consider this C into E. C into E. Then consider the third one, L3 should be what? L3 should be DH. D into H. Okay. Okay. So next, move forward. 2 pairs of non-touching loops. 2 pairs of non-touching loops. Non-touching loops are what? L1, L2. N1 and L2 are not non-touching loops. L1 is here, L2 is here. Okay, these are non-touching loops, L1 and L2. This will give us FCE. And second is L1 and L3. These are also the non-touching loops, FDH. Now all the loops touch the forward path P1. All the loops are touching the forward path P1. Okay, all the loops are touching forward path P1, as you can see over here. So therefore the path factor delta 1 should be 1. Okay, now next consider there is a loop L2 which have CE in itself. Here you can see that CE, this loop. Now this loop is not touching the second forward path. The path is going from here, so this loop is not touching the second forward path. All right, so the loop L2 is not touching the forward path P2. So therefore the path factor associated with it will be delta 2, which should be 1 minus C into E. This is what I need to tell you in this example. Okay, delta 1 and delta 2 we have considered in the last example as 1 and 1. So here delta 2 is considered as 1 minus CE because the CE loop is not touching the first forward path. So the graph determinant delta is given by 1 minus sum of individual loops, L1 plus L2 plus L3, then the multiplication of product of two loops or there, 1 plus L1 L1 plus L2 plus L1 plus L3, the non-touching loops, two non-touching loops, the product of two non-touching loops. Okay, so 1 minus L1 is given what? L1 we have already seen, F, plus L2 is C, plus L3 is DH. Okay, plus L1 is L1 L2, the product of L1 and L2 we have calculated as FCE, plus L3 and L1 and L3 is given as FDH. Okay, so we get 1 minus F minus C minus DH plus FC plus FDH. This gives us determinant. Okay, and after applying the Mason's gain formula, the overall transmittance is given by, after applying the Mason's gain formula, transmittance is given by x5 upon x1, which should be equals to P1 delta 1 plus P2 delta 2 divided by delta. Okay, and it is given as P1 is simply A, B, C, D. P1 delta 1 is given by A, B, C, D because delta 1 is 1 and P1 is already given as A, B, C, D. Okay, plus the transmittance of the second forward path, which was A into G. Okay, and delta 2 is given as 1 minus CE divided by the overall determinant, which we have find out, 1 minus F minus C minus DH plus FCE plus FDH. Okay, so this is the overall transmittance using the Mason's gain formula of the signal flow graph. Okay, so some more examples you solve yourself and you will be easily going to determine the overall transmittance of any block diagram and convert it to signal flow graph, and you can easily find out the overall transmittance of this. Okay, thank you, thanks a lot.